Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
We're Derps and Burps, the podcast for all gamers, spiritual souls, and creative minds out there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our podcast. It is episode 26. It is, as per usual, the lovely Stefie and moi.
Hello there.
The one with the wild hair because I slept in a bun again. Today we're coming at you with a special episode. Like every episode I say is a special episode because they're all special.
We're all special.
We have always good topics. So today's episode is actually an interactive podcast episode where we asked you guys questions on Instagram and on Twitter, or topics, questions that you want to have our opinion on or that you want answers to. We thought that would be pretty cool because I know some of you maybe don't always write comments and so on, and so you have the chance to be part of this episode, okay? For future purposes, if you ever want to be part of one of those interactive series of podcast episode, I think we might do it again in the future. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. Also, feel free to leave those comments always under our videos. And another reminder, the giveaway is still going on, I think, right? Or last day or something like that. Yeah, I think. The giveaway. So for July, everybody that comments under our videos in July and is a subscriber to our channel automatically on YouTube enters a giveaway for this beautiful Blue Yeti microphone that Stefie is using. So if you want to have such a great mic, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment. If you're not a big writer, it's fine to just leave your favorite emoji or just a charged battery. You know, if you're one of the charged battery club. Feel free to do that. So that was it for me. Sorry for talking. We're gonna straight go into with
do not apologize always for talking.
Yeah, I mean, it's a podcast, that's what we're here for, right? Talking.
Yeah,
actually true. So yeah, I think we're gonna start with what's new, right? And then the listen of the week, right? I always forget the order. Stefie, what's new?
That's how we do it.
Oh my god, I watched 26 episodes in and still not knowing in which order.
It's like our brain's not meant to do this.
Today is not a good day for me nor Stefie, I think.
Last week was a lot with work. I'm so drained. It was so freaking hot. I don't mind summer and everything, but I mind summer when I stand in my food truck and it has like 70 degrees inside. So it was tough. We barely ever had like any cover or shadows from trees or like some wind flowing through our truck because we literally just stood in the sun. That was a bit exhausting. I'm so happy last week is over.
Understandable.
We were all like super drained last week. It was just 4 days straight working nonstop.
Where were you last week?
We were at 2 caterings and then at River Days, which is a sports or water sports event at our like park in Graz.
Ooh, nice.
Which is pretty cool. The event itself is pretty lame. I don't know. It's like the event is lame, but the park is always
careful. We're gonna have an event ourselves this year, so we need to be careful calling other events lame, okay?
Oh, trust me, Julia, it's not hard to top this.
Okay.
Like seriously,
I trust you.
It's pretty cool because you can there's like stand-up paddle races and like canoe and kayak races, and people from everywhere come and take part of this. But yeah, it's just not as cool as it sounds. But beside that, it's warm. I finally got a plant for my room.
You got a plant? I saw it on Instagram. It's like a palm tree, a little one, right?
Yes, like Max bought it for me, and he even chose a super cute pot that is like matching with all the super cool like furniture and interior we have right now. So cute.
Aww.
So yeah, because I wanted to have for the feng shui, right? I wanted to have it's good to have living plants in the corner. You want the energies to flow best, etc. You know how it works, guys. So yeah, I wanted the plant. Here I have one now. It's pretty cool. Happy with that. And I bought some, I don't know, I think I talked about the cute like necklaces and everything last episode. And I bought more of them.
You bought more, nice.
I bought anklets as well. I'm just showing you mine, guys, because I have one for
Aw.
Julia as well and for my mom, but this one's mine.
Aww.
I don't know if you can see it.
Cute.
yeah.
Yes, we can.
Earth and water
Wow.
for positivity, prosperity, creativity, generosity, intuition, energy, protection, and confidence.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like it. I
That's-
like it.
I think that's basically it. When it comes to streaming, still the same. I'm currently enjoying a lot, like doing like just chatting a lot.
Mhm.
Where what we do now is, on Spotify, Julia, the Discover Weekly
Mhm.
playlist you get recommended. So what we do on stream is we listen to it and people can vote yay or nay for the song.
Oh, that's a
And then we
really
just,
good
like,
idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So my Discover Weekly maybe gets a bit better because I have a lot of trash in it.
Mhm.
It's not because my taste in music is trash, but there's a lot of trash songs in it. So people can vote yay or nay and keep
My
this- either
Discover
keep
Weekly
the
is
songs-
always really good, so I think it's a you
Is it?
problem. Mm.
No, it's not. There's a lot of people that say they have like trash recommendations. Even
I'm
Fudge
kidding.
said it, or Alex. I can't remember.
Really?
Maybe
No,
it's me though.
I have to say, like, no, I'm just memeing, but my Discover Weekly, like, I'm always listening to it in the gym now as well.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm pretty happy with mine. The only time I sometimes get trash in it, because like for a year or something, I had the non-copyrighted music that I listened to on stream.
Yeah.
So I get a lot
I
of,
could fuck up a
or
lot.
not a lot of, but I get some lo-fi in there every now and then. So I'm like, nothings. So that's the only thing, because I usually don't listen to lo-fi, but besides that, I'm fine.
I have to say, my first few Discovery Weeklies, I think the first 2 or 3 weeks were pretty cool, and then I just got recommended like a lot of trash.
Mm.
But now we try to sort it out, make it better. That's one thing. It's pretty cool. We have a lot of fun. It's pretty interactive on stream as well.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna steal that from you, if that's fine for
Do
you.
it. We
Steal.
always use the yay or nay, the vote yeah, vote nay emote,
Yeah, and then who's
in
more?
the chat, and then and people decide like whatever is more nay or yay. I'm gonna keep the song or I'll
Nice.
delete it. And now, like, I created a playlist in Spotify that's named
Only approved songs.
music chat shows, and there I put all the songs in. So whenever we
Damn, smart. It's really good. You're a creative mastermind, Stefie. Did I tell you that before?
I can't really play much right now. I'm just so I just want to chill and hang out with the people.
Mm.
And beside that, I have a new addiction. I think you've seen it. It's the new band, the Politia, because
Listen, do you know that we discovered them in the same day? Like,
I know him.
Oh,
like Tim
okay,
Henson,
Tim.
for over a year, because
okay.
Donkey showed him, showed
Yeah,
me
that
him.
I saw. The donkey told you, like, listen, Steph, I showed you a year ago,
He showed me the boy,
but you didn't listen to music.
I didn't really listen to the music, and then we talked because of the Discover Weekly.
You talked about it.
This band
Oh,
again.
okay.
And then I found the latest video, and I was just like, my chair was fucking soaked up with. You can imagine what, guys. It's
You
just
snailed. You
Oh,
snailed the.
I snailed so hard, Julia.
Alarm. Stefie fucking snailed the freaking
Holy shit,
chair. But I have to say, it's the same for me. Like, I saw when you tweeted about it the next morning, and on the same day, I actually had so I watched a guy that does like reacts to music videos. And I got a video of him reacting to Politia. Is that how you pronounce this thing? Politia?
Did you watch the Dragon Force reaction videos?
No, I did not. I need to watch those.
Because he reacts to it as well, like to a lot of.
Yeah. Now it's like a music teacher. Is also a really good guitarist and stuff. And he watched it, and I was like, holy shit, that's so good. And so I started watching as well, and I first watched the music videos, like where all 3 guys are in there, and I'm like, holy shit, like just the the feel of the music videos, like the cinematic, like the feel of the music.
Cinematography is so
Oh
amazing.
my god, it feels amazing. So guys, if you don't
Yeah.
know them yet, you should definitely check them out. So I went down the rabbit hole, and then I started snailing as well, because I got the Playing God Unplugged, like where he just plays it in his studio and he just sits there as if it's nothing, and he's like, he is, listen, I googled how old he is because I was afraid.
Can you imagine?
Being too old.
Same. He looks so young, right?
Yeah, I know. See, when I saw him, what's his name? Tim Henson?
Tim Henson, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So when I saw him playing, I was like, oh my god, this man could do whatever he wants with me with those hands. And he has like those nice tattoos, and he's like also Stefie, he's also visually really, really my type.
Yes,
And then I realized, hold up, he looks really young, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to like fangirl over an 18-year-old when I'm being 32. And then I checked, and I think he's like, what's 27 or something?
28, yeah.
Oh, 28. And then I felt relieved. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll allow that to myself. So yeah, guys, listen to Politia, watch Tim Henson doing the Unplugged Playing God, fall in love with him and his hands. Ooh. I'm a big simp. Honestly, like
Same.
I would love to be that guitar.
As many girls would love to.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway.
It's just like when you see these figures, you don't
Oh
see
my-
the guitar behind them, guys.
Nah,
Just
you
saying.
don't. You don't.
As a woman, at least for Julia and me.
no, oh my god. Anyway, so this is now a Tim Henson simping podcast. Welcome. So yeah, what's new? I'm still working so much behind the scenes about all the location stuff.
Yeah.
Bridge camp is just exhausting, and yeah, I don't know, a lot of stuff to do. Don't really want to reach about that too long. Then we have not really a problem, but something that's getting a little bit more intense right now is Jinx kind of hitting puberty, so she's kind of
testing her limits.
She's starting to test her limits. Exactly, she's trying to become more dominant to see how far she can go, especially with Mira. So at the moment we have, since 2 days or something, moments where Jinx starting to get aggressive. So now we had to remove all the toys from the whole flat, from the whole house, out of the garden. Like literally they would fight over the brush that we brush the dogs with. They would if one stays near, the next one comes there, they start growling at each other, and it's rah, 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 and then they start going at each other. So we talked to our dog trainer, so we basically just need to remove everything that can make them get into any argument, if that makes sense. Right? So they're now not allowed to be close to me while I prepare food anymore. We feed them separate anyway, so Jinx is always getting fed in her crate, so that's fine. But we separate them further during feeding times, and when I just prepare the food, and we just need to be stricter in general with the obedience with the dogs, and then it should be fine. It's just a face, mom. But it's a little bit of an annoying face. Next thing, I gave in today. I gave in finding a cleaning lady. So I wrote my old cleaning lady again.
Okay. Did she reply?
Yes, she did. She gave me her number. I'm gonna book an appointment with her. Because I was like, today was the day, like, I am so exhausted. I have so much, like, I'm also gonna explain. I'm taking a week off. Not really taking a week off. I'm still maybe gonna stream, but ever since I was in Dubai on holidays, like, I pushed so much work back that I still haven't caught up till this day. Doesn't matter if it's like tech stuff, paperwork, emails. I think I still have 300 unread emails, and some that are really important to reply to in my mail, and so on and so on. So I am just really in the need to catch up. Like, I'm just doing every week, like, I'm trying to prioritize what is the stuff that really needs to get done, so I don't get into trouble with people, if that makes sense, or in general. So I just do the absolute necessary and just get around. But there's so much piling up, and there's zero room for being creative. So I just feel like a drained wreck that is somehow surviving week to week. So even though next week I'm leaving for TwitchCon, I decided to take this week off.
It's next week already.
Yeah, next week is TwitchCon already. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Or was Twitch, guys? Okay, I have a question for the listeners and the watchers. Is it very confusing for you? Because obviously we pre-record, right? Sorry for throwing this into. It's just I want to know because we're like such pepegas. We always talk about what's gonna happen, but by the time the episode's out, this happened already, right? So do you want us to take even more effort and make our brain melt and try to talk in the past?
Honestly, no. Honestly, fuck it, because we would have to fake our reactions.
No, not that. But when it comes to, like,
at this
dates
point,
like
I
these,
would have been already at TwitchCon. I'm gonna tell you next episode. You know, it's kind of weird. I think we should just talk in the moment. There's no real point. Anyway, the point of recording next week is TwitchCon. I'm going there. Need to catch up with work. So I'm not taking the week fully off streaming. What I basically want to do, I want to have a week of freedom, is what I call it.
Yeah. That's
so my cousin from Tyrol is coming in. She's gonna spend 2 days here. Friday, I'm gonna go to the lake with Sabrina and the dogs and spend the day with her. So I have like 3 days already, where I'm just gonna basically relax and have quality time with family and friends. And the rest of the week, I'm gonna just do all the paperwork. I'm gonna clean the house. I'm gonna get done with all of the shit that needs to be done. Then I'm gonna enjoy, and then I'm gonna also try to be creative and create new stuff. Right, because I just felt like my whole creativity has just been like it's not there right now. Like I'm so creative, for example, for the Rage Camp, right? Like I'm having so many ideas and so much creativity that I want to put into that, and I write down so much I want to do. But that's all in October, so I'm living so much in the future, while the present is suffering from me not taking care of it, if that makes sense. So. I want to take this week to level it all out and kind of get back to a place where I can live in the now and not worry about the future or live in the past.
You know what I realized? Like, and especially in summer, you know how it is in summer with streaming and everything.
Oh, yeah, it's depressing.
It's just more silent and so on and so on. And what I feel like works better for me, for my, no matter which quality it is, if it's stream or quality of life and my mental state and happiness, I just learned, and especially also because I'm working IRL, right? 40
of
hours
course.
a week now. I realized for me, I just need to like calm down and relax with these things, because we work so much in the cold months anyways, right? As soon as autumn hits, we're gonna be full on everything anyways, and people will be home more again as well. And especially this is also after the pandemic and everything, first year under quotation mark,
where you can live your life again.
Yes, more free to do things again. So, and I'm doing the same right now, because I realized it makes me happier. I might stream later, where my evening is kind of gone then, because I start usually like at 5 and stream until 10. So I don't have the evening for me, but I have the whole day where I can enjoy everything and like just go to the lake or whatever you want to do. And especially with the Rage Camp, obviously, like we have to think ahead so much with all these things right now that everything right now gets lost. But I think we can find a pretty good balance, and that's why I really like that you're doing this week.
Yeah, like I feel like just there's no like, it doesn't long term, it doesn't help me in any way, and just like keep going without being productive in what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So for me, it makes more sense to take a week to even everything out, to catch up with the delay, if that makes sense. Like even out the ping, however you want. And I think then it's gonna be fine. So I'm sure I'm still gonna stream this week, but just like when I'm like, okay, so I did my pensum today, or like I feel like I'm just gonna procrastinate today, and instead of procrastinating, I'm just gonna stream or something. And I'm just gonna play whatever I feel like.
Yeah, and you also don't have to sit there for 8 hours if you only
Yeah,
feel like
exactly.
being there for 4 hours, but 4 hours are full of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfectly
See,
fine.
and for me, it's the thing as well. Like I'm like you, when you're born next to the lake, right? So we're both from Austria.
Mm-hmm.
We both got raised next to a lake. Imagine the most beautiful lake, drink water quality. It's basically paradise in summer. It's really nice in
Yeah.
winter as well, but
Yeah.
it's paradise in summer. And
Yeah.
basically, you grow up here, going every single day in the summer, more or less, to this beautiful lake, having fun with friends, being outside in the sun, in the water, and being super, super water rats. And
Yeah.
I'm missing this. Like, I can, obviously, I start streaming at 10 so in the morning, so I can't really spend the day at the lake and then go back home. My problem
Mm.
is that my audio, problem, okay, it's not a problem, first world problems, but my audience is used to me streaming in the mornings. So even if I would say, like, okay, yeah, I have a summer streaming schedule now, where I just stream in the evenings, I don't even get half of the viewers I have when streaming in the evenings. So
Take them with you.
yeah, I know. I want to do IRL streams as well, but it's especially like
Sometimes, not all the times though. You
yeah,
need some
yeah,
free time as
for
well.
sure, for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna try to balance it out and still
Mm-hmm.
kind of try to have days where I just take some days off and just enjoy
Yeah.
and do, like, see, there's like different layers to you, what makes you happy, right? It can be
Mm-hmm.
satisfying to have a clean house, it can be satisfying to work hard, it can be satisfying to be
Yeah.
creative. But one thing that, and like, I'm spiritually really satisfied, I'm physically really satisfied, but I think the one thing that's still like kind of missing to my happiness is sometimes just taking days where I just completely let go of every responsibility when it comes
Yeah.
to work or anything, and
Yeah.
just,
I 100% agree with that.
if I feel like going for a hike, I go for a hike. If I feel
Yeah.
like taking the dogs and go to a lake, I will go to a lake with the dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's something.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the word?
Spontaneously?
Yeah, but
Spontaneous?
what's the word? Not the
Oh, spontaneity.
Yes.
We know what you. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, we want to be more spontaneous. Is what we want to say. So yeah, that's the thing. That I kind of want to work this week on.
Yeah.
Just balancing out everything. Room. What else? Yeah, last thing, I actually stepped on the scale today. I'm officially 6 kilos lighter than the beginning of the year. Which looks way more though, because I just gained so much muscle. Dude, I'm so strong, Stefie. I'm so fucking
It's so
strong.
nice.
I'm so proud of myself. I
Yeah,
really
you
am.
can be. I'm proud of you as well.
So yeah, but I'm not gonna annoy you again with fitness talk for another 30 minutes like last episode. So I think we're gonna go to our listener of the week, which Steph is gonna read out, and then we're gonna dive into our interactive episode where we're gonna answer your questions and talk about the topics that you gave us.
Yeah. Listener of the week, guys. We chose Alisa Zocht today. She commented on the episode 22, Do You Really Know Your Parents? She took so much time and effort and so much love to write a very, very,
Yes.
very good, very nice comment. It's pretty long, so if you want to read that, just I'll just link you in the cards the episode 22, so you can jump on that if you want on YouTube. At least she has a short version, too long, didn't read, and the longer one, I'm reading out the short version for you guys. I've listened to this week's podcast on sorry, we start again. I've listened to this week's episode on Spotify on the bus yesterday, 5-hour trip. So I had some time to think about everything you guys touched on during this episode. Buckle up and settle in. You're in for a long comment. Too long, didn't read version, guys. The new member we were talking about, she said, if it ain't Sasu, I'm confused.
Oh yeah, we should maybe address that, by the way. Should we address that? So yes, the third member would have been Sasu. You would have been right. Sadly, didn't happen. Okay, moving on.
Elden Ring topic, way too stressful, Alisa says.
Agree.
Logitech, super excited for the new challenges.
Oh, hell yeah.
The furniture, the new lowboard Stefie got is just gorgeous. Thank you so much, Elisa.
Agree?
Coaching sounds promising. Please keep us updated. We will.
We
And
will,
Julia.
for
Well,
sure.
Parents and siblings. I'm blessed by a very loving family without bigger issues like divorces or long-lasting fights, etc. I really try to maintain that bond since it helps a lot in life to have someone, doesn't have to be family though, that you can rely on no matter what. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that. Keep up the great work. Much love and see you on stream.
Aw, thank you so much, Alyssa. And again, guys, if you want to read the whole comment, there's like a very long version. Thank
Take
you
your
again
time.
for taking the time. Yeah.
Really pays
Again,
off.
we're gonna link it for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we're gonna get into the interactive questions. We're gonna see, by the way, how long this is gonna take us, because I think there's some really interesting topics, so we might have to split it
Prioritize some.
into episodes,
Or
maybe.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna get into the topics and let our juices flow and talk about whatever we want. And as soon as we notice that we got stuck at one topic and we don't wanna like rush through the next ones, then we might take them into the next episode. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna read out the first one because that one is, I think, for Stefie.
Jesus flew already. When we started talking about Tim. Okay,
Yep, it is. Did either watch ObiWan on Disney? Your honest opinions. I haven't watched it, so I can't give my opinion. Steffi, was it worth for 80 days
guys.
to post the gif every single day? That many days for
This
ObiWan.
is an ObiWan Kenobi podcast episode now, guys. So we won't be able to answer other questions. Now, anyways, the TV show in general, where to start? I feel like you see it's Disney, which is not necessarily a good part or a good thing in my opinion. We know that a lot of great producers worked on that. In total, to sum it up, I'm not 100% satisfied, but there were scenes and moments and a lot of references to Ahsoka, and no matter what, which were great, which you only know if you know it. Like if you're just watching Star Wars for the sake of watching it, you won't recognize, obviously, like every Easter egg works or fan service. They could have done more. There's no character beside the main characters that really got to me or developed a great character or got a great story, which when I compare it to Mandalorian was way different. Mandalorian was great in my opinion. I really loved it. Also, Boba Fett was pretty cool. Obi-Wan, yeah, it was cool. It was
Out
nice
of 10,
to see.
Steffi. Out of 10. 10 being the best. How much do you rate it? Honest. You can be honest.
That's so hard. I like Star Wars so much, but that was probably, I don't know, 5.
A 5? Oi. How much would be Mandalorian for you?
Mandalorian is good, but different because it wasn't really about Jedi, right? We explored other things. So I'd say Mandalorian was pretty high for me. I really liked it. So I'd probably give it an 8.
Okay. And Boba Fett?
7.
7. Okay. Okay, so would you say it was worth posting every single day for 80 days?
Yes. Because I'm a Star Wars fan, and Ian McGregor and Hayden Christensen and whoever you saw, even I don't know if you watched it, but I don't care. It's Qui-Gon. Even it wasn't well done in the end, but it's a 5.
It's 5. Okay. Moving on, guys. We're not gonna talk about it more.
What about you? What do you think, guys? Whoever watched it.
chat. Okay, yeah, I didn't watch. Yeah. So chat. Why do I say chat? Listeners.
Listeners.
Watchers. Community. Let us know, what did you think of Obi-Wan? Derps and burps. The derpies or the
derps.
Burpies. The derps?
Yeah.
What if they're burps? That's fine. We can call them derps. That's fine. Okay, derps. We need to know.
Derpies.
We need derpies. I like derpies. It's like
Derpies is
burpees, but
cute.
derpies. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna call it. You're from today on. You shall be called the derpies. Okay. The next topic that was given to us was body mods / Black Alien Project. I have to say, I had to Google Black Alien Project because I did not know what or who that is.
Mhm.
And yeah, Steffi, do you want to start or?
Crazy thing is, I somehow stumbled upon this guy last year at work
Okay.
when I was having like a short break. I was looking through Instagram, I think, and I
Mhm.
don't know how I saw him or how I found this or if it got recommended to me, but I saw this and I couldn't. It's like an accident. You can't stop looking at it. And I showed it to my boss, and I was like, Gerhard, holy shit, look at this. Look at this guy. And then we were talking about this because this guy's literally cutting off ears and like completely was heißt verstümmeln, Julia?
Fuck, that's a good question. I don't really know the word,
He's
but
he's completely modifying his body, but in a way where you harm yourself, and this is not allowed in Austria. No doctor or no what's
I'm just watching some videos because I just saw pictures before, but that is
let me check. Yeah.
no surgeon would do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
would do that in Austria because
cut
that's
off.
not allowed.
Nobody would cut
And
off.
surgeon. Any parts of your body. Like he cut off his nose, he completely modified or like cut his mouth and everything.
Yeah,
Um
interesting.
very you do you but I wouldn't do that
Wait,
to
did
my
he
body.
split his pee-pee in two?
His pee-pee as well?
I think I'm just checking his Instagram, and he made a post of a picture of a two-headed pee-pee, like a graffiti,
What?
and he just wrote next to it, "Project Alien Evolution 43% done."
What?
Okay, that's a little bit.
I find it disgusting, guys. If I'm honest, you do whatever you want with your body. You can look however you want. I couldn't care less about this. But if you as you do, like you ask me for my opinion on this, I find that way too much.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know
he cut
what.
off his ear. Ugh.
Yeah, nose, everything.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, what do I think? Same as
What do you think,
Steffi,
Julia?
I think everybody should obviously do whatever makes them happy, right? So who am I to judge? Would I ever do that to myself? No. Do I understand why you would do something like that? No.
Hmm. You think he has a strong urge? Like, how do you?
I would
even
like to
come
know
up with
what it is.
this?
I would just like to know what it is that makes somebody want to change themselves physically that extreme.
Like, not even only changing, but not you don't. What's the right word? I
mean, that's the
look
thing.
it up, hold
That,
up.
that like it's that extreme. Oh my god, he cut off his whole lips.
Yeah.
Oi, oi,
Let
oi.
me-
Holy
let me
shit.
Google the
I didn't
word.
even see that before.
Mutilate.
Mutilate.
Horrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Clip, just to clip parts of your body.
Yeah, that
like
is.
your nose, your ears, like.
I mean, in general, body modifications. Like, I'm obviously really heavily tattooed, so I am a fan of body modifications. Like, I like tattoos, I like piercings. There's like extreme versions of those. I also had stretched ears in my younger days.
Same. Yeah.
Stretched earlobes. Sorry, is it stretched ears? Like
Ear-
tunnels,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
earlobes.
Like
Yeah,
flesh
yeah,
tunnels. So
Yeah.
I had that. So I do have experience with body mod. I think it's cool that everybody can change their appearance in a way they find themselves beautiful. I think that is good. And my type of body modification now is more like through training. that is what interests me now. Like, how can I change my body physically in a way of making it more matched to my how I feel on the inside for it to show on the outside, right? So that's the cool part. There's many ways of body modification. I think mutilation is something that I would personally never go into. But again, I think everybody needs to know themselves. Black Alien Project, definitely way too extreme for me. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, the only interesting thing about it is like, what is behind that person? Like, why?
Yeah, same.
Why do you do something like that? Because from what I
Even
saw,
cut fingers, you know, and everything.
yeah, I don't know. Like, do you do that for attention?
Like,
Do
how
you-
far can you go with your body? Sorry.
I mean, that's the thing. Maybe it is even in a direction where you say like that it becomes an addiction. Like I can tell from getting tattooed, right? Like you get one tattoo, then you want the next one, and then
Yeah.
out of a sudden you're fully covered. So I I do get that. Maybe it's like something similar with body mods, that you get like the first little implant under your skin, and then you want more, and then bigger, and then extremer, and you want to just top off other people that do the same, and you just want to be the most extreme. I don't know. For me, never an option for me personally. For me, just interesting what's behind the people. Do I judge them? Not really. Like, I think everybody needs to do with their body what they want. I think that's, though, I guess, really extreme and could also harm your health, right? So I don't know, like having no more lips or ears, like not protecting certain areas of your body, long term probably not that ideal. But interesting that you bring that up. And guys, if you're a little bit sensitive, don't Google that. Don't Google like Alien Project. Would not recommend. So next topic that actually multiple people requested us to talk about is the whole topic with abortion and the new gun laws, like abortion laws and gun laws in the US. To start off straight with that topic, I think I'm speaking for Stefie and me. We're both from Europe. We're both not really into the American politics. We're also not really into gun laws. We obviously follow what's going on, and we're obviously just as shocked as much as the rest of the world. I think I can speak for you on that as well, right? Yeah, then to me personally, topic abortion, I don't know if everybody saw it, and I don't want to like go into detail because I'm not that well informed, but from what I saw is that Biden is trying to overrule the law that every state can make their own choices if abortion is allowed or not. And from what I saw, again, please correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's trying to make it that abortion is gonna be allowed in all states by default. I think he's trying to overrule the law from what I saw.
Yeah, you basically need to rewrite a lot of things. That's what I've like read after I saw the
post. I'm also
and
not 100%
they're trying right now.
Exactly. I obviously hope that they do that because I mean, I think I speak for most people that from a point of view of a European person, a European woman, to see that people are girls or ladies or women in America are not gonna be able to have an abortion if they want to, is just, I don't know, that is just so unrealistic. Like it sounds so far-fetched. It sounds like something from the past, you know what I mean? Like I think everybody should know themselves, and I think in my personal opinion, if somebody gets pregnant unwantingly in whatever way, and they decide that they don't want to have the child, obviously in very early stages, I'm not talking about like 8 months kicking somebody down the stairs or some shit, but like really early, notice they're pregnant and they don't want to go through with the pregnancy. I think that it is really important that people can make this choice, because I think long term you will harm more people if you don't. because I mean, I think there's nothing, or one of the worst things in the world is if you're a child and you feel unwanted in this world, right? And especially if somebody, like a mother already early on knows that that child is nothing that they want, and then somebody else makes the choice for them that they have to get the child, even if they don't have to keep it, but give it then up for adoption or something like that. And then the child is maybe gets lucky and gets into a great family straight, but maybe also has to stay into the foster system for the rest of their life, and you know, gets through a lot of trauma in their life. So I don't think abortion should be prohibited by law. I think everybody should be able to decide themselves what they do with their body. Yeah, and gun laws, from my point of view, coming from Austria, I mean, it's just so, I don't know, it feels almost alienated if you think about the US for me. Like, how many people have guns at home? Like, the only people in Austria I know that have guns are hunters, right?
I know more.
Really?
My brother.
Your brother has guns?
Yeah.
Is he a hunter?
No. He
Okay,
did
I mean,
the whole you have to do the psychological test and everything. My
yeah.
brother always was very interested in, no matter if it's knives or guns. So he would have been perfect for FH-Verlag
Yeah,
as
Büchsenmacher?
a Büchsenbauer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. And even when he had to do his like military,
We have like a school, for the people that don't know, we have a school
Yeah.
where we live where you learn the art of building guns, I think, right?
creating them,
Creating them, yeah,
everything,
building them.
And he's also like very interested in everything about it, not only like bluntly, brainlessly shooting, but just interested in this in general.
Mm-hmm.
Always has been. And even at the military, they said he would been, it sounds so, I'm not a fan of this because, you know, obviously guns are
Yeah.
made to kill whatever stands in front of you if it's an enemy. But they said at the military, and it's still mandatory in our country, guys, that we have, or a men have to go there by the age of 18. They can choose if they go to the military or help our
Social service.
health or social service healthcare system, exactly. So, and they said he would be a perfect sharpshooter, but he couldn't do that because he was allergic to bees. So you get rated, right? And I
Yeah.
think 9 is the highest and 1 or whatever is the lowest, and he got rated 3 because of his allergy, so he couldn't do that.
Okay.
But yeah, he's very interested in that, and he is in possession of some guns where you are allowed to go to the shooting ranges and
Okay.
shoot in Austria.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you're not allowed to carry them with you. You have to, like,
Yeah.
there's very, very rules
Strict
here.
rules, yeah.
Very,
Like,
very
you're not like in America where you can go into
No,
fucking Walmart
no.
and have your Glock in your fucking back pocket.
No.
Like, I have to say, for me personally, the only people that I personally know are people that are hunters. My brother is a hunter. I don't know if I talked about it on stream. Actually, on stream, on podcast. By the way, my brother started listening to our podcast while working.
Oh, damn.
He sent me.
What about the Order 66?
Yeah, like, I think that's what he was at now. He was like, oh,
Yeah?
by the way, Monday I started listening to your podcast, and he sent me a screenshot that he was already at episode 20 or something like that.
Oh, damn.
And that he really likes it.
That's so cool.
So yeah,
Thank you.
Anyway, what I wanted to say is that he's a hunter, so he made his hunter's license. I think with 16 you can make it. And I personally, like, I have zero interest in carrying a gun. I would never want to have a gun in my home. For him, it was more the whole being in a forest, being with the people, you know, like, you have to do a really huge education if you want to be a hunter. And like, you need to learn a lot about the plants and the forests. You need to learn about all the animals. You need to learn how to dissect them. You need to do, I think, tests as well, where you need to do that in front of the people. So I hope I don't say that wrong. I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you shoot an animal, like, obviously you can only do that in a certain area. You need to pay for it. you need to there's only a certain amount of animals per something that are allowed to be shot every year, and so
that's
on.
just so
Really
they don't
regulated.
overpopulate, guys. Because
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
'Cause some animals like die or was heißt ausgestorben? For example,
Dyads. Yeah.
is it dyad?
Yeah,
Died
I
out,
think they
you
go
need to
in
take care that the
instinct, or is it
balance-
called? Is it
extinct?
extinct? Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So you need to take care that the balance is here, and this is why hunters are here. They do not brainlessly shoot animals or anything.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of learning. So he did that when he was 16, and I think he obviously had to do also the training with the guns, and I think he was only allowed to carry that alone once he was 18 or something like that, and also had to do like a lot of tests. So yeah, for me that is our reality with guns. Like I could never imagine having a school shooting or seeing in public a gun on anybody else but a policeman or something like that. So for me, imagining in America that you just can walk into a store and buy a shotgun and a rifle and a pistol whenever you want, basically almost as easy as when you try to buy alcohol, but they want to tell you that as a woman you cannot decide if you want to have like carry a baby full term or not. That is just something that there's like more rights for guns than for the female body. Is just like the classic meme, you know, we all saw the post on Instagram, on Twitter, which are, and rightfully so, you know, that guns have more rights in America than women have, right? And yeah, for me it's just like I just follow the news, and I'm just in disbelief. Like I cannot, in my mind, it doesn't fit in my head that this is the reality that we live in, right? Like in 2022, that's a thing. So I don't know. That's my opinion. Like I think everybody should decide themselves. And the whole number of like school shootings in America and stuff like that, I cannot understand how the number of that goes up and up and up, and so many people dying in school shootings, dying from gunshots. Like I don't understand how you do not start to regulate that stricter. You know what I mean? Like and the whole thing of people being like, yeah, but there's so many shootings around here, so I need a gun so I can like defend myself. Like, dude, look at Austria, like where basically nobody has a gun themselves. How many fucking school shootings do we have? Like,
but funnily enough, we have fucking Glock in Austria that produces guns. You know what I mean? We have one of the most known guy for guns.
Brand of guns, of pistols.
And our AK that's still at the military and stuff. Like,
isn't the AK?
We know so much.
Isn't the AK Russian?
There's one rifle we have. It's an old what is it?
The AUG, you mean? The AUG, sure. AUG, I think it's the AUG.
I know what you mean though, but I'm not sure which one.
The one with the scope, you mean?
It is. We have a very old one at the military.
It's the AUG.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you mean the AUG.
And we have all these, like...
Let me double check.
We have them here. It's just a bit, like, crazy to me, because we deliver. We still...
Oh yeah, it's the AUG. A-U-G, AUG.
Yeah, okay.
I think so, that's the one.
We still deliver, right? From Austria, or we're the ones
I mean, I don't know. Like for example, like Glock. I think Glock. I'm not a gun person. I just talk as a Counter-Strike player. No, but I think like the Glock handgun, so like the small pistol, is still one of the most common hand pistols in the world, and it is basically made in Austria. I don't know if they're only produced in Austria.
No. I don't even think they manufacture here, but
yeah, but it was created in Austria. Same with the AUG. So yeah, Steffi, what is your whole opinion on the whole guns and abortion topic, if you want to talk about it?
Yeah, basically the same. Like when it comes to the gun stuff, that's what I mean. It's kind of not paradox, but morbid that we have these people here, which are worldwide known for their guns and everything, but we do not like technically use them. but we're still part of this, right? And we also are one of the few countries still that have a mandatory for the military and everything.
Mm.
So in my opinion, guns are a thing, guns are reality, and in my opinion, um, I think it's good to know to a certain point how they work and be aware of the damage they can do.
Mhm.
That's why I am interested in guns. But that's also the reason why I never really was interested in CS:GO, or always was in conflict within myself to play these games because they were too close to reality.
Mhm.
And that's why I prefer to play or start to play, for example, Overwatch.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy world, right? Or Fortnite, where you shot a hologram and not a real person. So,
Mm.
and all these things. So for me, it's very very important to be aware of the fact that we use and have them,
Mhm.
and the consequences. And I also want to understand how it is if you have this thing in your hand, because there's so much respect, at least from my side, when I would
Mm.
hold this thing.
But
You know you can end a life.
would you be okay to have one in your household?
I don't think so. I mean, there's many things. You can literally have a baseball bat, right? Or
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
to defend yourself. So I do not personally need one in my household.
Mhm.
But I understand when people are interested in it and they take care of and be aware of all these things.
Mm.
And yeah, I don't know much about the gun laws, guys. I know like the basics, as Julia said, what you can do in the USA, how easy it is to get a gun. Um, but yeah, to me, it's also a lot of education. Like, educate very well about these things, same as with drugs and etc. etc.
Mm.
I wouldn't want one home. And the abortion stuff, yeah, it's like I just ask myself, what can I do, you know? The more I know or the more I read into it, it's crazy how different countries handle different things. And as you said, guns literally have more rights than women
Mm.
in America. Um, but I just feel so powerless. It's like I'm happy that we don't have this here.
Mm.
Both abortion and gun laws like they have. Um, and it's always your decision. If you if you choose to do that, you choose to do that. Like with aborting a child.
Yeah.
And with the rules and everything, it's just, yeah, to me, you probably know how I think about all these things. To me, so many things are just natural, and they should be, or I think at least they should be natural to most of the people on the planet, but obviously they aren't. Um and if
Normal,
you
normal. You mean not natural, right?
No, natural. It's like things like basic human knowledge, or
Yeah. But you just need to be careful the way you word it, because that can be interpreted like you want everything to be natural. That can also be
oh, no,
understood
that's not
with
what I mean.
abortion.
No,
So I
no,
just wanted to
no.
clarify, Steffi, that you don't.
No, sorry. Thank you. I just mean these things. You have no right to rule over my body. So
Yeah.
that's to
That's
come to the
okay.
point.
I got it. Yeah, I
Um,
thought that's how you meant it, but I just wanted to.
yeah,
So
guys,
it should be no.
abortion you should not, no matter what, how you got it. Nah, but yeah,
Just
as you
kidding,
said,
guys.
it's yeah, tough.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
know
tough.
much about the rules.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking, like, what can I do? You know, what can I
I
do
mean,
to change this?
there's so many situations in your life where an unwanted or an unplanned pregnancy is just not, it's just not fitting to your life. It's just not gonna be good for either the mother nor the child, right?
Mm,
And I think every mother that decides to get an abortion has this
the right.
huge, like
Oh,
it is a hard decision, no matter what, no
yeah,
matter
yeah,
how you unplanned or accidentally or however you got pregnant. And I
yeah.
think every woman that decides to get an abortion goes through enough already mentally
Yeah.
to get to the decision to decide to get it done,
Yeah.
that there shouldn't be like another instance they have to go through,
Yeah.
or even have an instance to tell them like, yeah, no more, we don't care what your opinion is, we don't care if you want that child or not, you gonna go full term, 9.5 months, deliver the baby, and then you can give it away. Like, that is just, I don't know, it just can't fit in my head. Like I cannot fit that in my head, how that is supposed to be a thing. And like, again, the same thing that you read like everywhere, how can it happen that old white men decide what happens to a female body? I mean, it's just, I don't know. And the whole religious thing, like, I think when it comes to all of this, I'm really aware, obviously there's a lot of religions where abortion is obviously prohibited, where you can't have an abortion while having a certain belief and so on. But I think when it comes to laws, it shouldn't have anything to do, especially with
should
with
never
religion
be
as well.
religious or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Or political.
And
It
I
should
just
always be
feel
for the
like
best of the human being.
that often those kind of things are indirectly based on religious beliefs as well. And I don't know, like, obviously not all of those opinions. Like, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, as soon as, you know, it's carried to a certain term, it counts as a human. Like, where do you pull the line? Like, when does a fetus, you know, when is it a fetus, when is it a baby, when is it a cell? You know, like, I get that, like the decision of that is hard. But I think, again, once a woman makes the decision to get an abortion, it is already hard enough for that person to get to that point. And I don't think anybody else has anything to say what should happen to her and her body. Moving on. Next topic is more spirituality. I think there's gonna be more spiritual topics. Oh,
There's
no.
one.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Oh yeah, there. Oh, I even marked it. Sorry. My bad. But yeah, there's gonna be more spiritual stuff coming for you. But the one that we forgot is, how do you deal with memories of things you decide to forgive?
What do you mean? Like, how do you deal with memories of things you decide to forgive? So you mean you still have, I think you mean you still have the bad memories, but you probably like forgave this person for doing that? You mean that?
Like, the way it
Probably
sounds
the
to me is somebody did something to you, or there's something that bothered you, and you told the person that you forgive them, but it still bothers you. So I guess you just say that you forgive them, but you didn't got over it, actually, if that makes sense. I think what he means. How do you deal with memories of things you decide to forgive? I guess that's the way. So you decide that you let go of it, but mentally it doesn't leave your mind, I guess.
Okay, because to me, like, if I see it the way I see it, how do you deal with memories of things you decide to forgive? The past is in the past for me. Then, if you got to the point where you decided to forgive, there is nothing that worries me then anymore. If I forgave, or if I came to the point where I can truly forgive, but truly forgive, not as you said, for example, like you say you forgive, but you actually didn't.
That's the thing. I think that the issue here is that people say they forgive without actually forgiving.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. I think you should not tell people that something's forgiven if it's not.
Yeah.
I think that's the core issue here. If you mean something like you just can't let go of certain memories, I get that. Like, depending whatever it is, like, I get that certain things you just can't get out of your head. But it, for me, if there's something bad in my mind that I can let go of, or that comes up over and over again. Like, I try to acknowledge the feeling, I try to feel the feeling, but I also let go of it again, because the way your mind works, like, it will bring stuff up, but it's your decision to engage in it. Like, you can acknowledge something and you can engage in it. Like, I can be like, okay, there's this thought, I acknowledge it, I feel the feelings, but I'm moving on. Or you can indulge in it and, like, drown in self-pity, sorrow, whatever pain you think it is. I think you just consciously need to decide.
Or try to run away.
I mean, I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
No, but that's what many people do as well.
Yeah, but
you constantly ignore the problem and, like, metaphorically run away from it until it catches up on you.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it will always catch up again if you don't address it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I get that.
So no option.
So yeah, that is our 2 cents to that. I think you could obviously philosophically go deep in this, but here are our 2 cents. Then more spirituality, we said, there's for sure, don't worry about it. There's a lot of spiritual topics that are gonna come up in the next few weeks for sure. Then unpopular opinions. Let me start with one. I like Nutella with butter underneath.
Same.
Okay. What else? I don't like fizzy drinks.
You don't like fizzy drinks?
No, I think bubbles in drinks are disgusting.
I have a very unpopular opinion, guys. 30-30 repeater in Apex is a good weapon. And I mean that.
Oh shit.
That's the only unpopular that comes up to my head right now.
I like the Glock in Counter-Strike. I think the Glock is a good pistol. People hate it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I fucking love it.
It's the same with Apex.
Yeah, or like right-clicking with the classic in Valorant.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. I think. Okay, listen. I think the revolver. Or what is it called? What is the the sheriff? Exactly. The sheriff in Valorant is absolute garbanzo. Why do you create a one-shot headshot fucking sheriff pistol deagle whatever? But then if you're further than, I forgot what it's 20 meters or whatever, it's not a one-shot headshot. You do 148 or 145 or something like that. That guy runs around with 5 HP while he giving a fucking bullet in the head. I hate it. I will not buy this gun. I will rather play fucking Ghosts. Okay, there's my unpopular
I love
opinions.
the Ghost.
The Ghost is amazing. Ghost is a great gun. Love it. It was the first gun I played in Valorant when I played it in the alpha when I was invited there.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
Must-haves at home, doggies, kitties, vacation. Stefie, quick fire. Let's do quick fire questions till we're done. Must-haves at home, Stefie. What is something that you need to have at home? Should I start?
You start, yeah.
Okay. Great bottles. I like bottles, mugs, water bottles, thermos mugs that keep your drinks cold or warm. Notebooks for sure. Scented candles. Let me think. What else? I think that's it. Scented candles, notebooks, and thermos water thingies.
Okay, I say pillows.
Pillows, okay.
Scent sticks. I love the scent sticks. And again, vodka.
Okay, Stefie and her vodka.
Always, my vodka is always cooled, guys. You never know.
Nice. Then, for my side, essentials or must-haves for dogs and kitties and vacation. For dogs, I would say a slip leash for training your dog. Just learned that recently this year. Really, really useful for training. Then obviously, a little food pouch for your treats when you train with the dog. And the third thing, I would say, like, some kind of chew treat for them to keep them a little bit distracted when you're gone or something like that. Like, I would say like a horse or cow tail that they can chew on. For the kitties, And especially if you have multiple cats, an electronic litter box that cleans itself, fucking game changer. I would never have cats without it anymore. Vacation essential, earphones for flying, and when you're at the beach, I'm just assuming that we're relaxing somewhere. So headphones, probably a power bank, and a nice handbag or a backpack. What is your vacation essential, Stefie?
Sun cream.
Oh yeah,
50, factor 50 sun cream. Must-haves at the vacation. A nice bed. I really I need to be rested when I wake up. And the favorite person I want to go.
Aw, cute. Cute. Okay, next rapid fire. Kinks, Stefie. Give us 3 of your kinks, if you have any. Actually, multiple people asked about kinks.
I saw that, yeah. I know for sure I have a praise kink.
What is a praise kink?
You know the Sage guy, for example, from the Valorant TikTok with Amber, where with the hot voice, which I send you, where he always says, "Good Amber, good job, Amber."
Oh yeah.
Like these things, when people are praising you. Yeah.
Okay.
So that I have a huge Asian kink, you know that, and what else? That's the 2.
Okay, so Asians and praise kink.
And yeah, go on. Maybe I know.
Okay, what do I have? I like. Yes, that's weird.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I. I'm sorry. I like having a dominant other half.
Yeah, I'm submissive as well.
Don't get me wrong. I like. In real life, I'm dominant, but.
That's why I don't need to have it in bed as well, you know. I am the super submissive slut. You can do whatever you want with me as long as you command me.
Listen, I can be both. I'm completely fine with being both, but in the end, I like it when people. It sounds like I'm. By the way, relationship for 8 years. Okay, please don't get me wrong. No, but I like when people are dominant. And I like everything physical. Like, you know how you say for you, there's a lot about like in your head and stuff. Like, for me, it's the exact opposite. Like, I literally, I don't care. You don't need to do some crazy storytelling for me. I just need good physical interaction, if you know what I mean. Yeah, don't touch me with gloves. Nicht mit Samthandschuhen anfassen, bitte.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can be rougher, and I like people that are dominant. That's my kinks. When it comes to looks, Stefie infected me with her liking Asian boys. Really kind of got into Asians as well. And honestly, I don't really have a type. Like, I don't know. It can be everything. You just confidence. We talked about that before. Confidence and just not necessarily just dominance. Just you being really fucking cocky, or not cocky, but knowing your worth. Ooh, that's sexy. Gaming and parents, the eternal conflict. I didn't have problems. My mom didn't give a fuck about me. That is the TLDR.
I think we talked about that anyways in the gaming episode.
Yeah, we had a gaming episode. You should watch about it. But for me, TLDR, my mom didn't really give a fuck about what I was doing, so I never had that issue.
And for me, a mom screamed at me that I should do the dishwasher. I screamed back, I can't. I'm playing an online game, and she was fine with it. And after a few times, she just accepted it, and she understood it because she was playing video games as well.
Nice. Then, next question. How many grams of creatine while building or diet phase? So I'm
100.
Okay, don't listen to Stefie. Stefie has absolutely no idea what she's talking about. No. I think, honestly, I think it's between 5 and 10 grams or something like that. Let me see. I'm not
bullshit, guys. It's
many grams of creatine a day?
Let me
Let
Google
me
that
see.
for you.
Between 3 and 5 grams. Sorry, my bad. Not 5 and 10. But I have to say, I don't know shit. I don't take creatine myself. I actually bought creatine and I wanted to start taking it when I started working out. For the people that don't know what creatine creatine is one of the most, how do you say it? Erforscht? One of the most researched.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, my English today.
It's one of the most
researched,
scientifically researched supplement that you can take while working out. It basically helps you store more water. I think Machete explained it to me. I'm not sure if it's in your muscle or between the muscle and the skin. So basically, when you take creatine, you're gonna gain weight, like a few kilos, or like between, depending how big you are, right? How tall you are, how heavy your muscle are. So basically, when you take creatine, your muscles look fuller. So you look, you're popping. Yeah, you look popping, and it can also help with like, I don't want to say that wrong. Anyway, everything looks praller. Everything looks like a little bit more
buffed. Yeah.
Buffed. To be honest, and it also makes you be stronger, I think, in a gym. The thing is, I don't take it yet, and I probably won't take it until I work out for 1 year. That is the plan, what we talked about with my coach so far. Because the thing is also, since creatine gives you like an extra boost of strength, you can, I think, start taking it straight when you work out. But Laura said it is also good once you hit like a plateau when you're working out. Like, let's say you're working out for a longer time. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong. I know there's different opinions on that kind of topic, so I don't really usually like to talk about that kind of stuff. So some coaches will tell you to straight start taking it once you hit the plateau, once you reach a certain time, then you work out, whatever it is. I'm probably going to start taking it when I work out for a year and I'm hitting a plateau with my strength where I can't get higher. Then I'm going to start taking it, and then I'm going to take the recommended amount that my coach is going to tell me. So yeah, but I'm definitely not the person that should give you advice when it comes to that. Next question. Do you think some people just try to be friends with you because you're following and your sponsor / skills? Sorry. Have you ever had to cut friends off because they're asking for too much of you?
I'm pretty sure there is people that are just friends with you or just try to become friends with whoever because of a following. I cannot really talk from experience. To me, you always have to differentiate between kind of like, is it business? Is it private interest? Obviously, if you work with someone because it's business, and if those people come to me like straight at, hey, yo, I've seen you do that great stuff. I'm doing this as well. How about we just do something together, work together? That's a completely business thing then, right? But these in between where people try to become friends because of your following or sponsors and skills, I've gotten messages, and I'm just the small one here, where people ask, and I just got to know them, and they ask, oh my god, how did you get this sponsorship with High Tech, and how can I get it, for example, and all these things. And then I'll just say, bro, just create content, stream, get some followings, create your brand.
Yeah, you need to work first
then,
before.
And then come again, and
I'm planning in 4 weeks to start streaming, and I'm gonna get my graphics done, and I want to start straight with having 15 sponsors.
Because I cannot stream right now because my PC is not strong enough for it. What do you expect, guys? Whoever you are, it's like, no, that's not how it works. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. What about you, Julia?
For me, do you think some friends just try to be friends with you because of your following and sponsorship skills? Yes and no. Obviously, like Steffi said, there's often people that they start talking to you, but most of the time those people like reveal themselves pretty fast themselves.
Pretty early, yeah.
It's like most of the time they're like, oh hi, how are you doing? What are you doing? Are you doing that long? Oh cool, so I saw you work with them. Oh, how did and then the way the conversation starts, they not even like a conversation or how often you talk with them, like it often leads really fast in the direction of something with business or sponsors or following, or how did you do that? And don't get me wrong, there's nothing necessarily wrong about wanting information about how you reach something or something like that. As Steffi said, like I clearly have relationships like that as well with other creators where we're maybe not super close friends privately, but we do play games sometimes together. We do cooperate in content. Doesn't mean that we're not friends, but it also can mean that there's maybe something more of a business orientated relationship between that person.
Yeah.
But I think those
like
need
my
to
cringe
be
email back then when I wanted to cooperate with you.
Exactly.
Like,
Like for example, she was like,
stuff.
"Hey, I think it's really cool what you do. By the way," that's how to not do it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Like I think there's two ways to go. Like either you're straight to the point, like, "Hey, I think you're a cool person. I really like what you do. I would like to do the same. I would like to be friends with you, but I would love to get advice from you." That is a way you can make it like in a really honest and direct way where it's not like, oh my god, you're trying to be a sneaky person. So either be straight up to that and don't try to go around trying to be friends while people notice. Like you get something like a sixth sense for it, what people want from you. And you don't get me wrong, you can be interested in how to get a following or be interested in the sponsorships or following or whatever, while still being interested in being the friend. And I personally think that I know very well from almost every single person that I hang out with, play video games with, I am friends with or am friends with, I know very well what their intentions are. But the thing is, for me, sometimes I just don't give a fuck. Like, like sometimes, obviously, if somebody tries to, I don't know, try to disguise it, I'm totally just here because of you and not anything around you. Like, those kind of people I don't give a fuck about. I really don't. So did I ever had to cut off friends that were asking too much? Not really. I think they sort them out themselves, because usually when people are like that, I either just ignore that or I just tell them off straight. So I don't have any problems in being direct. So usually once
Sorry. Or they cut off when they realize
don't
they
get
can't
what
get
they exactly.
need.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like,
but
I
then
think
you're not friends with them. It's like just people in general.
exactly. That's the thing. Like, I'm usually always super straight to the point when it comes to things like that. If somebody asks me if I can help them, if I can get them hardware, if I can get them a sponsorship, if I can get them a contact, it's always der Ton macht die Musik is always the way you ask, is always the way you try to get what you want. I think if you handle it everything directly, nice, and you show what your reasoning behind everything is, I think it's no problem. In the end, like, we all want to get somewhere in life. But to answer the questions, do you think there's people that just want to be friends because of the sponsorships following? Yes, for sure. Do you think I have friends, or do I have people in my circle that are like that? Some of them maybe partially a little bit, but I also think that sometimes I get people that find me because of that, and then they get into my inner circle, and then I realize that we're actually cool people, and then they let go of their intent first. Did I ever cut people off? No, I don't think I had any friends that I had to let go because of that, because I didn't let those people get close to me anyway. Last question for today is, For you personally, at which point do viewers overstep and forget that you're not friends? At which point might even friends overstep boundaries for you? And do you think that either of you have done the same? Applies to any interaction online or offline. You want to start with that, Stefie?
Personally, that's like what annoys me a lot is when people for example, start following you, or they just found you somewhere and you have a short interaction with them on stream, and then they start trying to get into DMs and try to have like private conversations with you, but the most basic ones ever, like, hey, how are you today?
Hey, what
And
you
all
doing?
these things. Yeah, and it's like, I get that, but at the same time, I don't. Because it's so draining. It's literally things. That's the reason why I stream. I'm here to get to know people and talk to them in real life. But that doesn't mean you can book or maybe I should do that. You can book a private session for a few bucks an hour and I'll talk
Few
to you
hundred
private,
bucks.
like personally. It's like, that's what's annoying me, because I'm literally here. Being here, we can interact in real life, in chat, and yet people try to have this private conversation with you in DMs, which are
Because they want to feel special.
so boring and so uninteresting. Like the basic bullshit. Hey, how are you? How was your day today? Thank you for asking. And I keep telling people, if they get more into this, like, feel free to join my stream. We can talk about this there, because I CBA to fucking answer everyone the same thing every day. And it's like, we're not friends, and that's what you need to understand. We're not someone. It's not Julia who's texting me, hey queen, how are you doing today, or whatever. It's just someone I've never like been
Hey, I watched your stream the other day for 13 seconds. Now you're obliged to, or I gave you my prime self. Now you're obliged to answer my questions.
I think, and it's just, that's what's annoying me the most, when people think you are friends with them just because you talk to them on stream, and they then want this like extra attention from you. That's when they overstep, in my opinion. First thing.
Yeah, I think to answer your first question as well, and then we can move on together maybe. It's pretty similar like this, to overstep boundaries. Or when I think they're friends. Like, first of all, I want to say that I have a really close bond to everybody in my community that wants to have a close bond with me. So I'm always interested in, when you're coming in, when you're regular, maybe not the first or second time you're in my stream, but once I notice somebody coming in for a week every single day, and I see that name coming up over and over again, I notice. And I also notice if somebody's here for longer than a week, and months and whatever. Once you're regular, I get interested in, hey, okay, who's that person? Why are they coming by? Like, I usually ask questions like, what made you find my stream? What made you be interested? Blah, 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 that kind of stuff. And then I usually also start asking questions about the personal life. And similar as Stefie, like, we both, as streamers, we dedicate a lot of time being alive for you, right? So 6-8 hours sometimes of live streaming. And this time is here for you guys to come by, interact with us, have conversations, ask us the questions. The thing is, as soon as you have a certain following, there's just not enough time in the world, even if I wanted to have a conversation with every single person in the DM that writes me like, hey, what you doing? Or, hey, how are you doing? Or like, I personally don't answer those questions anymore. Or like Stefie said, if it's the first time that somebody writes me, if I read it, most of the time I don't even open those DMs. It's like, hey, I'm doing great. If you want to have a conversation, please, let's have them on stream. Like, it's just time-wise, it's not possible. Do I think they overstep boundaries? I only think, or when they overstep for me is when they feel entitled to stuff. So people are like, hey, I give you my Prime sub, or I subscribed, or I donated you $5, and you can't even, as a return, start DMing with me on Instagram. Like, this is not some kind of contract. We don't owe you anything. This is your decision to leave a subscription on a platform like Twitch. Just because you leave a subscription on a platform doesn't mean that I owe you anything else. Like there was never any promise, there was never any contract made that if you do this, that you're entitled to anything from me. So it's similar to this. Like I wouldn't say, like the line of who's being a friend and who's being a viewer is for me. How regularly are you here? Are you a person that comes in and says hi every now and then? And says he watches your stream but then doesn't know that I have 3 cats, if that makes sense, you know? Like for me it's like a back and forth. For me, people are friends when I know that I hear regular, I know stuff about them, they're genuinely interested in me. If like if the interest is there for both sides, that is a friend for me. A viewer, I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but I'm just saying that, you know, I would most likely answer somebody where I know, okay, that person is like every single day in stream or like twice a week or something like that. And I know he has a dog and I know his girlfriend and I know his hobbies. I know a few things. I will answer that person. But if there's somebody that just, hey, I saw you were in the newspaper and then comes in on Instagram and asks me what games I play. Like, dude.
Yeah. Did you ever like take a minute of your fucking life to check out my fucking profile? It's like, hey, where are you from?
Yeah, where are you from? What are you playing? Like, again, like it's not really about overstepping. It's just that I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. Like if you don't put in the effort to get the tiniest bit of information, like where I'm from, what games I play, or what my first name is or something like that, then I'm sorry, but if that's just a conversation maker, that is nothing that works with me. Then at which point might even friends overstep boundaries with me? Hard to say, to be honest. Like I'm a person, I love communicating. So like with Stefie, we talk often about how important it is to have communication back and forth, feedback, you know, what it is between the two parties. The boundaries for me is when you exchange opinions and you agree to disagree on something, like you have a different opinion on a certain topic, and the person tries to force their opinion on you anyway. Like forcing opinions on somebody else or not being able to disagree on a certain topic, that is overstepping boundaries for me, personally. But like if they want to tell me how I have to do things, if they want to tell me how I have to live my life, what my opinion has to be, like that is something where like fucking red flag for me. This is where I tilt. This is where I will start cutting you out. This is where I have zero interest in people, is when they repeatedly, like don't get me wrong, there can always be like once or twice this this kind of thing happening, but if you try to force me into a mold or try to force me to do or say certain things or try to tell me how I have to behave, that is a boundary for me where I'm like, nope, outie, no more interest. I don't hate you or anything, but it's just no interest from my side. How's it for you?
It's kind of the same though. Like I want people to accept my decisions and I expect the same from myself. Like I accept their decisions. And if someone's just not giving me, for example, the free space I need or whatever, I feel very pushed into the corner. Doesn't necessarily have like to be discussions, but even if you know that when we say, like, we always have to, or we often have to justify why we can't, right? For example, oh no, I can't today because of, and then we explain it so the person understands why, instead of just saying I can't today. And so yeah, I expect people to accept when I say
no,
I can't. Without trying to force you then.
Yeah, without finding out the reason, you mean? As well?
And that as well. It's like,
so like if you're not automatically giving a reason why you don't want to do something like that, if somebody is trying to get out of you anyway.
That's fine though, because I also like sometimes say, "Ma, why?"
Oh yeah, okay. So,
like
but
that, you know what I
once
mean?
you decide,
just
once you decide, you say like, "Hey, I don't want to talk about it," and then they would go further. Then
it's more like guilt tripping. I would say guilt tripping.
Oh yeah, for sure, guilt tripping, really big. Yeah.
So that is something. If just accept it, you know what I mean. I can't today. Don't make me feel bad about it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's one thing, and the other thing is, I think my family.
Okay.
Is my family and the friends that I value very, very, very high
Mm-hmm.
on the same stage as my family. You can say whatever you want about them, but this is my highest priority. Like, these people are my highest priority.
Mm-hmm.
And if you cannot deal, for example, with my dad or my sister or my brother, no matter how they are, we can all be fucking annoying because we all have our mistakes, right?
Yeah.
But the most important thing to me is my family and the friends I have there, the very few I have there. And you have to accept them if you want to be in my circle.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that makes sense. And to
Did we ever
like, for sure,
think that either
for
of
sure
you have done the same? Probably. That's how we learned that.
Yeah, like I'm 100% sure that I overstep
Yeah.
boundaries.
Same.
But it's important to let the people know as well, right?
Mhm.
So for example, like, I will tell people, like, as I said, like, if a friend tells me, like, they want to force their opinion on me or they want to force me to do certain things, I will tell them, like, hey, no interest in that. Like, we agree to disagree, right? And if then the person pushes further, that's something. So for me, I do that kind of stuff as well, probably more than I should. That I try to not really force my opinion, but like, if I'm really convinced of something, to bring it, to make you understand my point of view, for sure. But I would just wish that if I do that, that people would tell me, like, hey, you're going, that's enough. I don't, but I think I wouldn't do that. Like, if somebody tells me, like, hey, it's fine, not interested, or let's agree to disagree, I don't think I would overstep that. Like, so once somebody tells me like, hey, till here and not further. But of course, if somebody doesn't tell me where their boundaries are, then of course I will overstep them. I mean, as I said again, like, I'm a really dominant person. I'm really opinionated. so yeah, for sure have done that online as also in real life.
Same. I'm probably a fucking stubborn bitch.
Probably
especially
more
offline.
Really, I just wanted to say, for me, it's probably more online. Like, especially online, I think I overstep boundaries a lot because of, I feel a lot in my safe space on my stream, especially with telling my opinions and stuff.
But that's the thing now, though.
I'm probably a little bit more like, I don't want to piss people off in real life, if that makes sense.
I'd say I'm probably the complete opposite, and that's why I got so mad about myself that I do it online, because it's literally my stream and what I create. So I say the fuck I want on stream, and if you do not like it, feel free to tell me. But it always depends, as Julia said earlier, how you say it.
Yeah.
And seriously, like, if you don't like me or whatever I do, just leave.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody tells you, or I'm not keeping you here. So if you don't like me, then just go. So overstepping boundaries in that way, I wouldn't say, because it depends on, like, if you have a conversation with a person. But if you just talk about a topic and on your stream, and someone feels like you're overstepping their boundaries, it's not your fault. You know what I mean? It's like they're watching you, and you do not attack them personally. You just share your opinion with them. So yeah, very depending on the situation, as you said.
Yeah. Yep. But I think that was our last question. I really appreciate it. We fit everything into one episode, actually. proud of us as well. We rambled a little bit here and there, but overall, we kind of stayed into our time limit.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for submitting, guys. If you like this kind of interactive episode, please let us know if you want us to do it again. And if it was fine with the question on Instagram and Twitter, or if you would like to submit it in a different way, please let us know. We wish you a beautiful rest of your week or day. And we see each other next Monday again. Thank you so much for listening. Bye!
Bye, guys!
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Derps and Burps podcast.
If you enjoyed it, make sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram at derps'nburps. See you online.